What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at big boy Paul Pogba. He is coming in at 180,000 on the Xbox and 190 on the PlayStation. And to be honest, he seems to be such a well-rounded individual in this. Really, really nice midfielder. He is 6'3" with a right foot and 4-star weak foot, 5-star skills. He was the meta in FIFA 19. The same as someone like Vieira, as Hullet. Big, fast, strong, can shoot, and defending kinda can. In terms of chemistry style, you'd probably go with a shadow on him, so that means then his defending would go up considerably. He is French, so the links are endless, and obviously he does have his big partnership with Martial as the perfect link, which is very, very nice, and overall just a wonderful, wonderful player. He is 73 pace, 81 shooting, 86 passing, 85 dribbling, 66 defending, and 85 physical. Now the standout stats, what are we looking at? We've got the stamina at 83. I can deal with that. That's not bad. 89 strength, which is absolutely fantastic, especially being so tall. Really, really demanding, really bossing on the pitch. You've got to love that sort of stuff. Passing-wise is exquisite. 86 and 91 for his short and long. 88 vision, always really good. He's a very good passer in real life and in the game, so I'm glad that kind of translates really, really well in this. Agility balance on the lower side, 73-66. It's what you kind of expect from such a tall player. He turns well, but obviously compared to a smaller player with a bit more agility, a bit more balance, you can kind of gather where you're going with it. But like I say, what makes up for him with that agility balance is the strength, is the height of him. Someone who can really hold on to that ball and not necessarily take his time to turn, because he's not as if he's clunky or slow. He's just a bigger unit. And with that sort of strength, being able to hold players off, you can obviously have a little bit more time to turn, to get the pass off. In terms of composure, we've got 87 on that, absolutely fine. We've got 81 reactions. Again, it's a medium. Hopefully an inform would really be nice for that. We've got 90 ball control, which is exactly how he is in real life. Very fine touches, fine dribbling. It's very, very nice in general. We have got 90 shot power with 75 finishing and 81 positioning. He's more of an assister, if anything. He's one that kind of demands that, almost that ball being given to him in the middle of the pitch. Great at bringing it forward with the 5-star skills, good animations, and I really do like this card. Unfortunately for me, he is a loan, so he has now run out of a loan for me. We managed to finish 4 more FUT Champs games, winning 3 of them and then losing 1 of them. So to be honest, it's not a bad little record for the review. I think 3 wins, 1 loss is pretty respectable, to be honest, at the first FUT Champs. So we've nearly finished with that. Defensively, definitely needs to work, and I can see why Shadow would be the kind of best chemistry style to get on him, just because you need that, almost that boost. If you were to whack a Shadow on him, it gives him 83 pace, 74 defending. I would never recommend an anchor because he's already got quite good physicals. So hopefully with the Shadow, it goes up to 74. It's still not amazing, as I think he is more of kind of like a CM cam in this. He's kind of been portrayed as more an attacking midfielder, which I personally believe he is. I feel like a Shadow kind of puts him more as a centre mid, if anything. And if you are to put a Shadow on him, it only gets him up to an 85 CM or an 85 cam. If he was to go with a basic, it would turn him up to an 88 CM or an 88 cam. I think it all depends on where you go, and obviously at the end review we'll have a look at the stats and see what is all about with that. But for me, I think chemistry style wise, it all depends on how you want to use him, and that's something we'll discuss at the end. And it just matters of what you want him for. Do you want him constantly attacking? Do you want him someone holding it in the middle? Or do you want a DM? If you're going for more of a DM kind of thing, before we get into all of this, I would probably look at somebody else, because his defensive stats, even with the Shadow, isn't as impressive as someone you could get. Very much like a Conte. I know he's a little bit more in terms of price, but I would be looking at more him if I was going for a natural DM sort of player. But anyway, let's get into some gameplay and see what he did. What I did find from Pogba is in the middle, there is no one that gets around him. He is absolutely phenomenal. Bringing the ball, you see the kind of running motion. Unfortunately, we do get tackled there, but he's really good at holding the ball, getting round players, winning the ball as well. I know he doesn't have the greatest defense, but because of his sheer size, he just gets in the way. Honestly, even here, we see him just literally he doesn't even have to move. He's literally on him like an absolute hawk. And I found using him as more that kind of player you're running with at the back really, really effective. And obviously, I've been getting some kind of tips to how to play this game a little bit better. Nannik with the whole holding that midfielder, very much like FIFA 20, is a really godsend. And especially with someone like a Pogba, a Kante, a Fred. I'm really enjoying Fred. I feel like you kind of have that extra centre mid who's absolutely brilliant, almost like an extra DM, but you're kind of just more of a nuisance for them to make a mistake. And that's how I personally use him. We see him stealing the ball here. Luckily then Mbappe's on the run, and Mbappe's going to always score that. It's just no two ways about it. But big presence in the game, really good at winning the ball back, really good at pushing with the ball. That's one thing that he is good at, is really kind of pushing up that pitch, getting that little scoop out, giving him that little bit of a speed boost, and just running with it. Really good at that. The skill moves are nice. He's got a really good animation for that, in my opinion. And overall, just a delight to play with. I feel like he really is what the coins say. And I've always enjoyed a bit of Pogba in the game. He's always been that nice little centre mid that you could get there. Little by any means. But beautiful, beautiful stuff from Werner there, winning us that final match. But anyway, let's get into the overall review and see what I thought about him. So going into the overall with big boy Pogba, and I would like to say this is the 50th review so far on FIFA 21. We are 19 days into FIFA 21 as well from the early access and 10-hour trial. We've managed to get 50 out straight off the bat. Really happy with that, and I want to continue the flow going forward with it. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content, and we'll keep on absolutely smashing it. But like I said, 180 to 190 from Xbox to PlayStation, 215 on the PC, and we get a pretty good midfielder from it. And like I said, with the chemistry styles, we've got at the bottom here Shadow, Catalyst, Engine, Hunter, and Anchor. Personally, basic looks quite nice. We get a bit of pace increase. It's not bad. I feel like the acceleration is a bit of a problem, but we work around it. We then get an extra bit on the shooting. To be honest, I don't really need him to shoot that much, as he is more of a literal centre mid rather than a cam. I'm quite happy for him to not have too much shooting, and mainly just try and, if I get a chance with him, have a pop. Why not? But obviously we will try and go for the striker of anything. Passing is absolutely exquisite. We get the +3 on the basic as well, which is very nice, taking a lot of things up to the 90s, which is even better. We get a bit more on the agility. Balance is left alone with the basic, which is fairs. We get ball control, dribbling, very, very good. Bit more defensive stats, not a great amount, but it is a +5 at the very least. And then we get a little bit more strength, which, who doesn't love a bit more strength anyway? Shadow-wise, it takes it right down. You can see right here straight off the bat, because you're not getting up any more passing, any more dribbling, and you're kind of like halting it to just 2 stats, it will only go up so much. And I think for me, the Shadow's great, but I must admit the basic is looking pretty good so far. The Shadow is basically just to give him that really rounded edge on his dribbling, and then that big increase on the acceleration. The sprint speed is nice, but the acceleration would be the most important there. I think Shadow is definitely a viable option, but if you wanted him to have more of a kind of presence going forward, for me, I would probably stick with basic. Catalyst, it goes up to an 86. Obviously, the defensive stats then become a little bit lower than what they should be. I feel like 66 may be too low. Even though you only get a +3, it's better than nothing. Obviously, that for me is the kind of key for that. I'd rather have a rounded stat, all of them go up, rather than just maybe 2 that don't have that same impact. If it was a toss-up between Shadow and Catalyst, I think I'd definitely go Shadow if anything. But for me, I like the basic. Let me know down below what you're going to pick with that. I'm interested to know. I know I sometimes do take the footbin ratings too much, and I think like Shadow may be the more reasonable option to have that much more defending, rather than a +1, 3, 3 and 5 here and there and everywhere. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think about that one. I think basic is quite nice, and I think Shadow also could be another option that you could go with. In terms of links, you've just got so many. French is just an incredible one. You've got icons, you've got informs already, you've got same league, same team, different league. That's what I was going with. And then also, you've got Manchester United players like Bruno, who is phenomenal in that cam role. Very, very nice link. We could be getting an inform Rashford, maybe. a good cracking link right there. And then obviously the lower tier, you've got like Daniel James, some really nice players that you could link in with. Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, you get my drift. In terms of generations, one thing that I have been interested to see, he has come from all the way from FIFA 12, where he was a Manchester United CDM bronze card. He then quickly made his move to Juventus as a silver, managing to get a silver in form into a gold upgrade, and then he managed to kind of make the climb from there. We went from a 77 at the end to a 79 with a team of the season to an 83 with a team of the season, and then we managed to get a team of the year, team of the season Pogba in FIFA 16. We then got another, I think, inform that one was. I feel like that's a man of the match. That's an inform. Don't know what that one was, but an 88 regardless, back at Manchester United. We then got a footies Pogba, and then we also got another footies Pogba, and then we got a summer heat Pogba. Could this be the year we find a team of the season Pogba? That would be absolutely incredible, and I will spend every last moment trying to get that Pogba. I would love to see a team of the season this year. Any 90 Pogba will always be on my bucket list personally, and has so many good links. I have given him a 9 out of 10. I think right now he's a cracking CM you can get in your team, and if you do get like a Conte, a Martial to link him with, then you're absolutely laughing, and especially an Mbappe. Definitely laughing if you have that, because he is out of this world. So if you did enjoy this video, if you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you.